Well, evening all online. 4 Ps. There's probably enough books in this British Library that talk about the 4 Ps of business and, price, promotion, place and product and how that works. Well, I'm actually going to talk about the 4 Ps of LOVEFiLM and share some experiences as we go forward, and hopefully then we'll open up onto questions a little bit later on. Before I go there, some stats on LOVEFiLM. First of all, we're probably going to turn over about £100 million this year. The team tell me 99, and that's just not on, right? You don't turn over, nobody turns over £99 million. We do about 1 million rentals a week as a business. We account for about 55 to 60% of all UK rentals, including the high street, and we only have 4% household penetration. So there's a huge opportunity for us all as we go forward. We've just launched an on-demand service. We have streaming. If you're a member, you'll love it. If you're not a member, you're missing out, and please sign up. Right, that's my only pitch. Right, okay, done. We also operate in Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Germany, and we have sort of shareholdings in other businesses. So we're just at the start of our journey. We're 6 years old, and we have a huge amount of opportunities going. But first, the first P, right, that I'm going to talk about. And then I'm going to relate it to films that I particularly like. Well, the first P relates to me, to The Godfather. And this is, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Right? And the first P is proposition. Right? Because at the end of the day, what you all have to do is you have to ensure that you have a customer proposition that really stacks up. At LOVEFiLM, with 3 legs of the stool, we like to talk about a choice, value, and convenience. Right? And part of the reason why I got involved in the business in the first place, part of the reason why we have been successful is because we try to stay true to each one of those core consumer benefits that we have. And the difference about consumer benefits is that they really stand the test of time if you do it. It's not just about process, sort of that you're offering. It's not just about other parts of it. It's about how those consumer propositions stack up. So really focus on those. And they do change as your business changes and evolve. Those points actually change quite significantly as well. My view is build the brand later, get the consumer proposition first. Right? Because on the back of that, you can really actually make it work. And exactly the same in terms of what you have. What is your point of difference and how does that work? The other thing is, to tell you how important the consumer proposition is to me, we have a statement in the business that if we are doing anything, and as you age as a business, you start to make compromises in what you do. If we do anything that makes the customer experience worse than it is currently, for a reason of buying something or doing something, then I personally as chief executive need to be involved in that decision. Because I can't let anybody else in the organisation ultimately make the decision of what's important to the customer and what's not. That has to come right from the top. And you as leaders, runners, managing directors starting off in your companies, take control of that customer experience is absolutely vital as you grow and as you do. And to the extent that I'm even actually trying to launch, Will and I are involved in launching something called a consumer forum about businesses who've built their business model around customer proposition. And because I personally am fed up with people taking an anti-business stance on customer rather than actually focusing on those businesses that are actually adding real value to the customer and actually trying to improve their life on a day-to-day basis. So, first P, proposition. Second P, there's another great film that I really love, The Italian Job. Right? And I'm actually not going to talk about, I only told you to blow the bloody doors off. This is one that relates to Self-Preservation Society, right, which is a great theme tune that runs through it. This is called Preserve the Cash in your business. And, lifeblood, everybody knows that. Everybody talks about it. Cash is king as you go forward. No pun intended. But the most important thing that you can do is focus on the time that it takes for you to get cash in and the time that it takes you to get the cash out, i.e. have to pay your suppliers. And focus on that maniacally, right? Ensure that you give yourself as positive a cash conversion cycle, so just think about cash in versus cash out, as you possibly can. And why is that important? Because it's a real competitive advantage. What we had at LOVEFiLM in the early days over everybody else is we had a cash conversion cycle that we would add cash to the business every new customer we got. Because a number of things we did from a marketing point of view. We only paid for performance marketing, right? 90% of our marketing in the early days was paid for performance, whether that be CPA deals, whether that be affiliates, whether that be partnership. You can actually go out and get some of those. It's hard work. It really is hard work, but just make sure that happens. The second thing is analyze everything you do. Right? If you're not data hungry and you don't operate the business to 3 decimal points, get in that mindset, because it really will transform how the business can operate and what you can do as you go forward. And I think it's sometimes not that exciting, but where you spend your cash and how you do it. And what we achieved in LoveFilm was every time a new customer came in, we ended up having positive cash, which meant that we could put our foot to the floor and grow the business as quickly as you can, buying DVDs, spending money on marketing, doing all that, because it was a positive cash conversion cycle. And we didn't have to keep going back to banks or investors or shareholders to say, I need more money, I need more money, I need more money, because actually that's a tough thing to constantly do.